All right, so I want to invite more people just back in on the journey because it's a journey we're on, trying to figure it out and conquer our day to day just lives, right? I think I'm gonna post the phone up here on the window and just talk with you guys and give you just an update of where everything's at, where the motion's at, where the business is at, where life is at. Okay, I leave for New York on a family trip tomorrow, and we're going to go up north as a family, and as well we're doing a business lock-in up there, so it works out, turns into a nice little family vacay and a business trip. All right, me and my boy Craig, we're gonna knock out a project. We have been scaling like crazy, we now have 8 people with us internally. We just came off of a wicked ad sprint where we threw all of our money back at ads, like straight up, bro. I don't know how else to fucking describe what we just did. We just threw all of our bread back at ads. And we are going to figure out, I cross my heart, we are going to figure out how you can spend $1 and get back fucking 10. Dead ass. And we're not going to stop until we run this thing well past $1 million months. And that is the exact systems that we are selling in the marketplace. And we're seeing so much demand for that because everyone understands it's so pivotal right now. Either their people are moving into this info and consulting space, or you're in the space and you need systems to scale, get leverage, and exit like you're seeing all of these top motherfuckers do. All right. And in our process of doing that, we're just back feeding all the systems we're learning that's taking us on trajectory for 6 figures a month, right? So it's very simple, very easy. We give you the systems, show you how to implement it, and then we just consult you on the implementation. It's that easy, all right? And then we've done some special things, like we're building a software, we're building a crazy network, right? But that's some sauce that you guys can find on our business page talking about that. It's Sauna Digital, all right? Subtle plug. But back to the life stuff. Where are we at? So going to New York for Christmas. It's going to be super dope. Lock in. Boom. Then we're going to go hit Toronto for New Year's work because my boy EK is scaling a courier company. And I see this shit going global. And so I just want to go pull up, spend a good week with him, do a lock-in, start the year fresh. Get our minds just completely dialed as far as, like, for me, where I'm at in life is I need out by 30. Okay? And what that looks like is genuinely, I need to be doing 3 to 500K a month, okay, on personal profit, okay, in the next 3 years. So I got 3 years. I'm 25 right now. I'm 25. I need to be doing that in 3 years. If I can be doing that in 3 years, that means that I will be doing around, what is that? Like $3.5 to $6 million a year. All right. That's going to more than fund my lifestyle, allow me to take care of my parents, my grandparents, do everything that I've dreamed as far as helping them and giving back to them for the lifestyle they've given me, right? I come from a very blessed situation. I've seen my family grind, Pops just put us on his back, dog, and so gotta pay my dues and pay the parents and the family back, right? And 3 to 500K a month is really all I need. I need to be at 100% 300K a month, but that scale, that 200K gap is going to be so easy to close once we're already doing 300K a month. 300 is the baseline that I have to be at in 3 years. 500 is like ideal. We're rolling, right? Because from there, right, I'm just going to be putting it back into assets. I want to get paid out in dividends from either my properties, right? I really like Section 8 right now, just because where the market's at. Either you're on 2 sides of the spectrum right now, and this wealth gap is dividing in front of us. And if you aren't cognizant of it, you will you have to pick a side that you want to play on. Genuinely. It's like in the matrix or out the matrix, whatever you want to call it. Probably can't even say that on YouTube because they'll nerf me, right? But the wealth gap is getting created, okay? Now that the wealth gap is getting created, more people are wanting assistance because fucking everything's expensive. Okay? Everything's expensive. It is. It is. You got to get your money up. You got to get your money up, not your funny up. Straight up. Straight up. All right? So we're optimizing to get the bread right. 100%. And we have to go with the economy, right? So Section 8, if more people are going to be needing government assistance, if you go look at the Fair Housing Rent Act that's out, you can look up zip codes and how much the government will give you for a property on Section 8, okay? And again, guys, you got to understand we're not reinventing the wheel. Find what you like that works and you've seen people get rich from and fucking jock that shit. Not like jock it and just like fucking mimic it, but like steal the workflow, right? Like people got the answers. Grant Cardone's on $1 billion race. Alex Hormozy on $1 billion race, just buying businesses, selling them. All Hormozy did is the same shit we're doing. Swear to God. His licensing company, Gem Launch, was a niched info product company that sold licensing, which was in the form of Google Docs at the time, sales scripts, operating procedures for launching a gym, shit like that. And all he did was consult on it. Got $100 million exit for it. And now he's just buying businesses and rolling it up because he understood the core systems, right? And so that's the trajectory in which I personally want to move in this world, move into start private equity stuff, real estate, multifamily real estate, right? Big investments. And I want to show more people how to put their money in the right vehicles so we can all compound wealth and get out the matrix. That is my idea. And obviously, to do that, I want to be on the forefront of it. So I just got to lead the way and everything's going to line up in God's timing and God's will, right? As well, I have a foundation that I started. It's called For All Our Lives Foundation. We go on mission trips every year. I can show you some mission trip stuff, right? And as far as it goes, and look, it's on my fridge daily. The mission trip. That's my boy Joshua. He's part of the Y, right? Like, I want to go build baseball academies globally as well, right? And the best way to help others is to not be broke because you can't even help yourself. And if you want to talk about it, that's biblical. You need to be able to feed your family and you need to be able to give, right? And so the best way to give to the poor is to not be poor, straight up. As far as that goes, that's the trajectory in which I'm scaling toward in the next 3 years, right? Right now, what I have for investments and assets, our first play was a barbershop, okay? We took some of our bread that we made off some internet money and a couple option plays, and we went and opened up a barbershop in downtown Tampa. It's called Big League Barbershop. Our boy Donato runs it now, and he's scaling it. He's an absolute dog. He's a killer. Some of the best cuts. Oh my gosh. Some of the best cuts too, like great product, which is another reason why we invested into him, right? But how that was set up, we just played the bank and then we got kickbacks, right? That's the idea as far as it goes. And I want to do more of that. I want to get some more assets. Like I said, I like Section 8 because that's guaranteed income from the government. There's places where you'll make up to like $1,400 a month off the top of rent from the government, which is guaranteed. You stack those, out of there, right? So as far as that goes, yeah, I want to start moving into more acquisitions, all right? And I want to start opening up about what the fuck's really going on out here? What's going on out here? You know, you gotta pick whether you're gonna play the game or not. You know, and the only way, like, if you're gonna play, you need to play to win. All right, so you need to set yourself up in the most optimal ways. Put together your own strategy for your next 3 to 5 years, and fucking don't move from it. That's it. I've had to come to that realization too. It's like, okay, you're 25. Right? And you have all of these business models that you've been through. Like I've been through life insurance. I've been through scaling a lead gen company for general contractors, jumping different niches, like bunch of shit, right? I love what I'm doing right now. I love the investment stuff. So I need to optimize for those at a high level, right? Again, I think it is important to test and find shit until you realize like what you like which you wake up every day and you're like, okay, I love like learning about this, being a student. I love selling this, right? Whatever that is, however you make money, double down on what works and find your ways out, right? We need to prioritize passive income on the long-term scale. If you do that, I promise, like if we can have 5K turn into 8 to 10 grand over the next span of like, let's say 2 to 3 years, that is a win for that 5 grand, right? And if you can consistently do that, or it's like, okay, I'm going to invest 10K down on this property. It's going to kick me back $1,000 a month for the next fucking 15 years. Bro, that is a win. That is a win, right? So you got to start changing your perception on money and how you're investing, right? If you're at least not doing anything, move your money the fuck out of savings. Go put it in Robinhood, okay? And so when the market's been dipping right now, right? And I took all my money out, so I was up 24% on the year to date, okay? I had a threshold. If it broke past 17%, I was gonna take my money out and liquidate it because that means overall my portfolio is down, which means the market's gonna go back down and I know it was due, right? And so when it hit 17%, because as you guys can see, if you've been in stocks or you have a 401k, it's probably fucking down right now. Even Bitcoin's down like fucking 20 grand, right? Insane, okay? So I had the money just sitting there, still in the Robinhood account, not in my savings. So again, it's another layer, so you can't fucking touch your savings because I have a bad problem with that. I'm going to spend it. I'm going to spend it every time. I'm going to spend it, okay? I'm just going to spend it. So you got to move it to where you can't touch it. Straight up, okay? So it's in there. Now, going back into the market, get into some ETFs, shit that's not going anywhere, right? So like right now, I watch fucking Yahoo Finance at the beginning of every morning just to see what the hell they're preaching. Because honestly, if you listen to that and tend to do the opposite, it usually fucking works, right? So listen to what they're feeding the masses and don't think like them, okay? It's simple math. It really is. So get into ETFs. Tech sector is not going fucking anywhere, right? Tech AI. So tech ETFs like XLX, XOK, food sectors. Do your own research. Look at the big ETFs, Spider, right? So that's like SP 500. You got Vanguard, Russell. You got what's my boys? Berkshire Hathaway. Whatever. Look at those big ETFs that are moving in conglomerates because they're not going to allow their money to not make money, and they compile a bunch of stocks. So instead of just investing in Tesla, they invest in the top 50 companies within a sector, move all of that extra money through those top companies, pull when it's not right? So instead of being affected by the lever, you can be affected with the company that's moving billions of dollars through the market. So when they pull from Tesla, you don't just get fucking chopped, right? They basically pull their money for you and they basically invest for you, right? Over the top fucking companies that are fucking kicking right now, right? So keep your money in ETFs. That is going to be the best long-term hold that you can get. And I think it's such a good time to buy just because the market's been dipping lately, where everything's about to be at a really good price again. And everything's always going to correct. Like, you guys have to start thinking on a 3 to 5 year when you think about this shit. Like, you really do. You really do. All right. So that's the tip of the day. Get your money up, not your funny up. I'm going to start inviting you guys just in on the journey. All right. So the company, Solna, we're doing good bread over there. We broke past some really good barriers and we're on a sprint to that 6-figure a month mark. That's all I'm going to say about it. I don't like disclosing how much we make. I don't like people, pocket watching or nothing like that. I will say we're on a fucking sprint and a tear right now to break 6 figures a month. That is the goal. All right. Broke you guys down my vision long term. And that's between me and God. So I am open to express that because I think this is us documenting what it's actually going to be like.